Section 9.5 talks about absolute value equation. So the standard form for an absolute value function is y equals a times x minus h in absolute value bars plus k. And h is your x part of your vertex, and k is also part of your vertex. It's the y part. Now, guys, look at this function. K is going to be just what you see in the equation is just what you see here. H, you're going to have to use the opposite because it's got that minus in there. So let's see. What are we talking about in number 1? Without actually plotting the points, match the function defined by the absolute value expression with its graph. So here we go. There's your y value right there, 2. There's your x value, 3. So 3, 2 is your vertex. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say, okay, this graphs are counting by 10. So every little mark is 2. I know they're kind of hard to see. I think I brought my glasses somewhere. So this is 2 and this is 4. So right between there, there's your vertex right there. That's the only graph with a vertex at 3, 2, which is in quadrant 1. It's another way you could check it. So that answer is 1. Now, on number 3, what's your vertex going to be? It's going to be 0 over here for y. It's kind of like having plus 0. And then the opposite of that, which is negative 5. So negative 5, 0 is your vertex. Does it open up or down? That's what we got to figure out. Does it open up or does it open down? Because you got 2 of those going on over there. Now, you can always graph them, even though they tell you they don't want you to. I imagine you're graphing them. I would be. And here's what happens. Because the value out front's a 1 and it's positive, it opens up. It behaves a whole lot like those quadratics, so it's D. Number 6, piecewise functions. They look strange, but they're really not difficult at all. It says, for this piecewise linear function, find the following values. F of negative 4. So you're going to have to first look here. If x is negative 4, then I'm working with this one right here. So that would be 2 times negative 4, which is negative 8. F of negative 1. If it's negative 1, I'm still working with that top one, which is 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. If x is 0, well, which one would you be in? Now, this says x is less than or equal to negative 1, so it's negative 1 and all the numbers behind it. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, no. This is greater than negative 1, so it means 0 and all the positive numbers. So we're dealing with this one now, which says 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. F of 2. Well, we're dealing with the second one. 2 minus 1 is 1. F of 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, graph the piecewise linear function. Guys, I would put this in my calculator. I don't have one handy. I'm going to use the app on my phone. The app on my phone is called Calculator X. It was free, and it is as close to a graphing calculator as I have seen. So I'm going to clear that out, and I'm going to enter negative 2 minus x in the first one. In the second one, it's negative 2 plus 2x. And I'm going to graph that. And here's my window, and they cross, and they've got, I'm going to zoom in because they're going to cross at negative 2. We want this, you know, first of all, the window. Let's talk about the window. Obviously, the window of my phone is not a square. The window of my phone is very rectangular, more rectangular than your calculator screen. So when I scoot this in and I make this go from 10 to 10 on the x-axis and 10 to 10 on the y-axis, you see that it distorts it. But important points are there. So that's where they're intersecting because they have the same y-intercept. Now, you can only pay attention to the red one. The red one is, the red one is, this one, we need to know which one's red. This one's red and this one's blue. You know how I know? Because it has a negative slope. This one goes down. So the blue one is for everything less than 1. So over here at 1, and if you want to make this even bigger where you can see 1 on your graph, there you go. From here back is the blue line. The red line picks up right here and goes forward. So it would be like you were needing the blue line here. And the only part of the red line that you need is when x is greater than 1. So you don't need this part of the red line. Okay. And if I can get my paper small enough, you don't need this part of the red line either. So you get the blue, and then it picks up there. Now let's talk about open circles and closed circles. We're going to have an open circle on the red line right here, but we're going to have a closed circle on the blue. How do we know? Because of the underscore. Because of the underscore. Okay, so it's this with a closed dot, and then it picks up here with an open dot. Now, which one looks like that? I'm going to say B. Okay, it's got closed dot, then open dot, and it goes up from there. Okay, I think that concludes 9.5. If you have questions, feel free to send them to me in whatever fashion you feel comfortable. And I hope you have a great day.